On Friday, March 7th, 2025, in a cowardly act to circumvent employees' rights to operate under a collective bargaining agreement, have an exclusive representative, and further alienate TSOs from attaining full Title V rights in statute, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem and TSA's official performing the duties of administrator Adam Stahl single-handedly chose to disregard the will of its employees, the fundamental rights of tax-paying federal employees, bypassing Congress and directly attacking basic American rights by attempting to decertify their union and revoke the agreed-upon collective bargaining agreement that they agreed to and signed early last year. These spineless tactics to undermine your rights, including negotiated terms like shift bids, paid parking, shift trades, uniform allowances and polos and shorts, grievance and arbitration processes, and attendance policies, to name a few, were done out of spite, not in favor of the TSA workforce. Let me address some legitimate concerns that I have heard in the last 24 hours. Why does AFGE want to collect e-dues? First, as with any organization, it takes money to fund, and without those funds, it cannot pay its staff of attorneys, associated court costs, national representatives and national organizers, communications department, or any obligations incurred prior to, during, or after this time. Remember, we are not the only agency under attack. Secondly, since TSA has done away with payroll dues deduction, which was illegal, there has to be some mechanism in place to allow us to conduct union business. Another question I've heard is, why should I pay union dues without a CBA and no union? Going back to my first answer regarding the CBA, this is temporary as long as we're able to get this to the courts and overturn this diabolical decision. The fact that DHS and TSA is stating that there is no union is patently false. While they may not want the union, because the union does not benefit them, it benefits you, the workforce, whether or not you pay dues, it does not mean the union does not exist. Let me be very clear. Just because they wrote on a piece of paper that the union does not exist does not mean it's factual. In fact, their attack on the union, its CBA, its membership, and dues collection explicitly shows how afraid of the union they truly are. For those who remember what it was like before AFGE was certified by the Federal Labor Relations Authority, or FLRA, pre-2011, not certified by DHS or TSA, we were certified by the FLRA. We fought against the management directives, disciplinary and adverse actions, filed EEOs and OWCP, and other forms of action taken against employees on behalf of our members. We were not afraid then, and we are not afraid now. We have been here before. This adversity and animosity towards the TSA workforce is not new. It's now being manifested outright. Trust me when I say we are not going anywhere. We've been here since the beginning. In fact, AFGE fought to federalize the private screening workforce post 9/11. We'll be taking some actions next week at the airport, where we hope many of you are off duty or on lunch, covered up, and can join us in our fight to get back what was taken and then some. I know this minor setback feels like a big victory for those management officials on top, and I realize that this feels like a big gut punch to the workforce. But let me assure you that with your commitment to staying actively involved with your union, AFGE Local 1260, as a dues-paying member, we will not only win, but we will embarrass this agency for their retribution on the workforce. I have been employed at TSA since 2008, more than most, less than some, and I have seen every which way management behaves under different administrations. I've been a union rep since 2008 for AFGE, and I've seen the internal workings of management, both good and bad. For the most part, we have been under good leadership at many of our hubs and spokes. But if and when they decide to undermine your rights, eliminate all the good elements that benefited you that were in the CBA, it will be very clear which side of the line they stand. Will they be for the workers and allow for implementation of some great wins we all had in our CBA? Or will they greedily adjust to the will and benefit of their own selfishness by implementing anti-worker requirements? Some have already started. You should know who they are and where they stand. When the dust settles and this is all over, trust me when I tell you that the union will be taking names and remembering faces. We have not gone anywhere, as I stated before, and we will not go anywhere. Trust me when I say that. In times of crisis is when you will know who has your back and who does not. And we, the union, will also know who has ours, and in turn, who we will support. We will be keeping everyone abreast of what is going on. Soon, you will see many of your union representatives returning to the floor. This will be our opportunity to inherently change the culture of the organization once and for all. You know, in the misinformed letter sent by DHS and TSA on Friday, they stated that they will violate your constitutional rights through the First Amendment, which is freedom of association, of ever having a union again. Their words, not mine. This was not an act of just cause for workers. This was an act of war. And trust me, we're ready for it. War is coming to TSA. They fucked with the wrong crowd. We'll see you all soon. Thank you.